But basketball, tell us a bit, please, about this basketball match that you intend having in North Korea next January. What's going to happen?
What's supposed to happen is to play a game and have fun, and I think it's a good thing for all the people involved in North Korea and Americans. I mean, I think that the Marshal, North Korea, he loves the game of basketball. I mean, he just dies for the game of basketball. Just like Obama, he loves basketball. Obama does. But this should open a lot of doors for a lot of people, especially not just in America, just around the world. The fact that he's actually opening his country up to me to put a basketball game together for him and his country, and this is all about trust, And one thing he's always told me that he said, I actually trust you, and you never betrayed me or my country or my family or anything like that, and he's always said, I hope we can keep the same bond, the same trust, and the same friendship. I said, you have nothing to worry about. I don't want to talk about anything but just what we talk about when we see each other.
What do you talk about when you meet up with Kim? What do you talk about?
We actually give each other, a little hug. That's a friendship hug. How you doing? How's the family? How's his baby? How's his wife? Everything's good. Same thing here. But we just talk about everything. What's been going on the last year, what's been going on in sports world, what's been going on and just around the country. And we just start off like that and just basically we'll sit down somewhere and smoke cigars, have a couple of drinks, and a couple of drinks turn into a few drinks. And then after that, it's just, wow, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like, wow, we'll get up and go work out and just start all over again. But he's, like I tell people, he's a very interesting individual, and people got to understand he's actually a young man. He's not a dictator. What people think he is.
How did this friendship develop? How did you get to know him in the first place, and how did this bond develop?
By accident. It was by accident. I think that once he got to know me, the first time we went there to do a game for him last year, and I didn't expect to meet him at all. I didn't even know who he were, and it just, for me, it was just an accident. It was an accident. That he even liked the game of basketball. I didn't even know that. More or less, I didn't even know who he was. I just started. I said, Marshall, want to meet you. I thought it was like the guy named Marshall. I'm like, Marshall? I never heard of this guy. Not so much that I didn't even know anything more about North Korea as far as what people have been telling, little tidbits here and there, saying North Korea is a bad place to go. They kill people, they kidnap people, they do all these things, they torture people, stuff like that. And I'm like, well, I've been tortured a lot in America, around the world. People like, say bad things about me a lot. So it's like, it really didn't bother me, if I went over there or not. But, it was just an accident that he actually loved basketball. And I was actually one of his favorite players in America for Chicago Bulls. And it's really ironic that we actually hit it off.
Did he tell you why he liked your play so much from your time when you were playing with the Bulls? What was it about you that made him a fan of yours?
Well, just because I stood out. I changed my hair color a lot. I did all I dove in the stands. I dived on the floor. I played defense. I played all the tall guys. I just did a lot of crazy stuff. I did a lot of eccentric stuff. I dressed up, in all different weird outfits. I was more of an entertainer, and but I think it's just the whole nature of the Chicago Bulls. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman. That whole era where the game was so much fun, and he just pretty much got attached to that team, and it's just. And this, like I said, it's very fortunate. It's very fortunate that I guess it was meant to be for us to meet each other. So,
I'm interested that you describe yourself as a free spirit, because if you even leave aside the politics of North Korea and of Kim Jong-un, the fact that he has been attracted to you as a friend, as a free spirit, goes almost very much against the way North Korea is, where it's all the collective, it's never about the individual. You're the complete antithesis of all the people that he would deal with in North Korea.
Well, it is, but it's very difficult to explain because I'm not really historic in as far as North Korea or around the country with Americans as far as with dealing with the politics stuff. But I just think that not too many people have really actually went to North Korea and actually really spoken to him and actually get a great feel for him in the country. People say, well, we have people in the fields in North Korea saying that he does this, he does this, he does that, he does this. But it's very hard to really get a really clear perspective what this guy's really all about. And I said it earlier today. I said, how can you blame this guy at 28 years old for all the stuff that's going on around the world when he just really got pretty much just got this leadership a year ago? He didn't create all this. He didn't create all this. His grandfather, his father created a lot of this. His legacy, the legacy of North Korea, and all the negativity, what you want to call it, but it's not his fault.
Do you get the impression he wants to change things?
I know he wants. I know he wants to change things. I know he wants to do. He wants to be more of. I think he wants to go down, to me, in the history as the man that revolutionized North Korea in a positive way. I really believe that, and he's to me, he's a humble guy to me and to his family.
Have you spoken to him about President Barack Obama? And you mentioned earlier President Obama loves shooting hoops as well. What sort of conversations have you had with him about President Obama?
Well, we really have no conversation. I think the fact that we talked about it the first time I met, and he actually brought it up and said, he would love to talk to Obama. He would love to talk to him. I mean, one day he would love to talk to him. And it'll be historical. It'll be historical for Obama to actually pick up the phone or maybe go to a neutral ground and actually talk to him. I mean, that would be historical just in itself.
Could you broker that? Could you be the man who'd introduce them to each other?
I think no matter what the situation is, I think I'm gonna be the one guy that really actually try to open the doors. If anything actually happens in the future, believe me, I'll be the talk of the forefront because of my friendship with him. That we don't talk about politics. We talk about sports because we love sports. I think if anything happened between Americans and North Korea, as far as anyone making a phone call or anyone doing any suggestion like that, believe me, it's because of Dennis Rodman. I don't want to take the credit and say, hey, I'm God. No, like I said, he's my friend. He's not my combative. We're just friends, and that's what we want to keep it as friends.
Dennis, when you hang out with people, I mean, you like partying. So have you been partying with Kim Jong-un? Have you been hitting the drink with him and having the crack, as we call it in Ireland?
No, we just, like I said, it's like just like anything, just like anybody else in the world. I mean, it's like saying, if I was here with Obama, does he drink? Probably does. It's basically at the White House or whatever he does. I mean, me and Kim, we sit there, we listen to bands, we listen to the band. We sit there and talk shop all day, all night. We sit there, drink some beers. We sit there, drink some vodka. We sit there, just have a hoot. I mean, it is so cool, the fact that we sit there at a table with 80 people, this big table, it is a blast. It's a blast just to hear the stories that they talk about. And it's like we go around the table, everyone tells a story.
Dennis, tell me, how did you get hooked up with this Irish gambling company, Paddy Power Bookmakers? How the heck are they involved as the sponsors of this game in North Korea?
We don't even know. I mean, that's a good question, man. That's a good question because I'm like I said, they just basically came out the blue. I just think that they one of those companies where they remind me of a company from Canada called Golden Palace. Golden Palace did the same thing that they're doing today, and they love to be on the mainstream. They love to be like in the now. They want to be the first one to do anything in the world that's exciting, that's fresh and that's new, and it's just like they just want to be the first to do anything, and this is one of them. So like I said, a lot of companies in the world haven't had any closeness to North Korea just to even get in the door, just to even get in the airport, just to even get to Beijing to go to North Korea. So basically, they're going to be the first, and basically, they are going to be the first.
It's not the first thing you've done with them, though, as well, because you went to the Vatican back in March for the papal betting. How much fun did you have with that?
Well, we got into a little bit with that one because I'm like, really, guys, this is a little cheesy, isn't it? It's a little cheesy. I'm like, okay, Paddy Power. If you're going to actually do it, you should have dressed me up as the Pope. You could have dressed me up as the damn Pope and had a little cane or whatever like that and just put, I could have had a half white face and a half black face. It would have been awesome there. If you're really going to do it all the way,
Did you suggest that to them?
Well, I said, because I figured I was going to be dressed up as the Pope.
Would you have liked that?
Oh, I know. If you're going to do it, do it. I'm going in dressed like this inside the Pope will building. That didn't make no sense. So it's like, if they would have did it in the right way, it probably got a lot more of a buzz. But they more all about the now, all about the now. Because everything happens right now, and especially here in London, especially in Ireland, especially in America, everything happens in America. I mean, every day, and they're pretty good at what they do, and they want to be like I said, want to be the first people as far as a company to ever go to try to help me open that gap.
Okay, just a couple of things that do strike me. The tattoos, you've always been known for the tattoos and for the piercings. Have you room for any new ones? Would you have room for any new friendship ones from North Korea?
Well, I never thought about that, but I actually might, since you said it, I might actually get a tattoo. That symbolizes me and his friendship. I might actually do that, but I don't know what part of my body I'll do it on. But I think I'll probably do it on my, I don't know, probably do it on my back or something like that. But I'll probably do a tattoo with this friendship of me and him and his family.
So how many more trips have you got planned? Even before the match in January, will you get out there in December?
I'll be back there in December 14th to the 20th, and go out there and train his team, and then come back to America, and then I go back on the 3rd of January. I go from 3rd to the 11th. Got 2 basketball games over there.
Okay.
So, but like I said, that's the first game. I mean, people need to stay tuned to this game, January 8th. That's history is gonna be made. Just letting you know, history's gonna be made, and you're gonna see that it's not so bad to be different. People call me different, right? I'm not different. I'm just living life to the fullest and living a dream, man. I've lived my life in basketball, I lived my life and everything else, but just stay tuned, man. January 8th, history's gonna be made again.
Dennis Rodman, thank you.
Cool, brother.